AI art. A soulless, deplorable cunt of a thing that's become a really popular trend across social media. There's like too many services to count where you can go now to try out creating your own art using these websites and apps and shit. I myself, I prefer a classic rock and chisel to craft my art. My art is what I meant to say. So I haven't dabbled with AI art that much. I've tried my hand at it because, like everyone, I'm very curious about this stuff and I did want to see what AI could do. Still shit. That's the sum of it, to be honest with you. It's still shit. Tell it what you want, you fuck around with some settings, and then the AI starts scouring through different art, snatching and grabbing bits and pieces to craft a Frankenstein's monster browser-based dumpster baby creation for you. I tried it out using this website called Night Cafe. It was one of the first ones to come up when I looked up AI art generator. To be completely fair to it, it does do a pretty good job most of the time, giving me something relatively close to what I want. It's never been perfect, and it's certainly been very bad, but most of the time I get a good base for something that I can work with and turn into something cool. So I'd actually say is a big plus with AI art, especially when working on concept art. I've been working on some things since leaving uni, 2 animation projects that may or may not actually get made, but I've been working on some concept art for the second project recently, and for some of it I tried to use this service to experiment and come up with ideas. That really is a way that AI art can be really useful tool in your arsenal, but there's a slight problem. Like I said earlier, AI art is essentially just typing in a prompt that then spits out the AI's best interpretation of your prompt by snatching and stealing bits and pieces from pre-existing artwork from other artists. I mean, just look at an example from whenever I was messing around with it on Night Cafe. Yep, that's a fucking watermark from whatever image the AI stole this part of the creation from. And this is just with this text-based shit. Okay, so let's quickly talk about the newest trend at the time of this video recording, at least, called Maitu. Okay, I think it's Maitu. I think it's Maitu. I'm gonna hope it is, and if I'm mispronouncing it, I don't know, sue me. Maitu basically lets you submit your own photos to be converted into an art style that you choose. That's basically what it does. From what I've seen, it seems to work fairly well, you know. I've seen a lot of people turning themselves into furries and anime characters, but I haven't tested this one. And I don't fucking recommend that you test this one. Don't do it. Not only does Maitu also follow the same practice as his other AI brethren, but by stealing art, but there's a little clause you may miss when you're signing up to use the service. Let's take a quick little nosy here. Rights in your user content. By making any user content available through Maitu, you hereby grant to us a non-exclusive, irrevocable, perpetual, transferable, worldwide, royalty-free license, with the right to sub-license to use, copy, modify, adapt, communicate, make available, distribute, publicly display, publicly perform, and do all other acts comprised in any intellectual property rights in or to your user content in connection with operating Maitu and providing services to you and to other users of Maitu in any form, format, media, or media channels now known or later developed or discovered, and optimize and promote Maitu. In the event that such user content contains the personal information, likeness, and voice or other biographical information of third parties, you represent and warrant that you have obtained the appropriate consents and or licenses for your use of such information, and that we and our sub-licensees are allowed to use them to the extent indicated in this agreement. So basically to sort of TLDR here, I guess. Should you use this service and create your own art through Maitu, you give them commercial rights to your fucking face. Your own fucking face, dog. Which if you're fine with, okay, you do you, but the idea of just taking part in a new trend on social media using what some folks may probably think is just, oh, a new fucking photo filter or whatever boomers say nowadays type of shit, and then unknowingly giving some company full commercial rights to your face that they can use however they wish, because you give them the right to do that. Non-exclusive, irrevocable, perpetual, transferable, worldwide. I don't even know what half of those words mean, but by fuck does it sound scary. Listen, I'm obviously a little biased. I've been working freelance on and off for a while, and it's been fantastic, even on slow months. I love being able to create digital art, not just for fun, but to also try and bring in some extra cash here and there to try and maybe find my own path or my own career or whatever here. I see a lot of folk on it, Twitter especially, and the likes making a lot of claims about replacing people like me with these AI services. And it would hurt if I had a heart to break, I guess. I personally can see how AI art generators can be a useful tool for artists. I'm still keeping an eye on it, and I'm still interested in seeing how it progresses. But it's not just being replaced or some shit like that that worries me so. It's kind of the blatant upfront fact, the very dodgy, slimy business practices of some of the people behind these services. People unknowingly giving away commercial rights to their own faces and maybe never even knowing because all they did was, take part in a new social media trend, I guess we'll see how it goes. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Good night.